Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we are discussing the RHCSA from basics to advanced series. In last few videos we have seen what Linux is, what Red Hat is doing Linux, what is open source and what other open source project, what kind of license we can opt for, who are creating all these open source. I mean the contributors or maybe the other community, maybe some big universities, companies who is giving a financial support to this open source and how this distribution works. Apart from that, we understood, okay, what exactly Red Hat is doing, what is the business model, what is the strategy for the Red Hat to work with this subscription for RHEL. Apart from that RHEL, what other products, which is a leading product as of today in industry, which Red Hat is giving to you. What is the ecosystem for RHEL, how it works, and apart from that, what other like kind of product which or maybe the utility or the uh, repository, automation task, containerization in clouds, what it is doing, right? Management and security tools. What is the contribution for this towards the open source community and what the Fedora is. Like Fedora is the kind of parent project for this and what EPEL is and how EPEL is different from the Red Hat, everything. So all these things we have already discussed and what I have done is I have uploaded these all notes to our this GitHub repository. I will put this path in the description of this video so that you can easily clone this and you can make sure that while you are following this, so you will pull the latest content for from this so that you will not miss any of the class or any of the notes. So what Linux goes, like these are the different flavors of RHEL and how you can download the RHEL and you can set up. So in the previous video, we have seen that, okay, you can, how you can set your own lab where you can install the Fedora or maybe the Red Hat, direct Red Hat Linux, and how you can get the free subscription from the Red Hat developer.com where you can just opt for up to 16 machines, right? Where you can install the Insight and you can have all these things works, right? So from today onwards, we are starting our journey with the very first class, which is something called the command line. See, Linux, it's obviously it comes with the GUI as well, but once you jump towards the corporate world, right? In actual work, right? So it is very rare that you will find a GUI installed in your system. Always you need to work with the command and command where you can run command you can run on a CLI, that command. So in order to understand how the command is working, what other additional parameters or maybe things we can do, right? So that's what we are going to start from today. So I'll go to the notes. As of now, I think I haven't updated the all notes, but yeah, we will update the moment we discuss all these things. So the very first is the CLI, right? So CLI is nothing, right? CLI is often called with terminal or cell, right? Like you are getting logged in to your system. You're running some command, yet you are interacting with your server. So how you can get, right? So this command line often called a terminal or shell ways where you can just type your command literally from your keyboard, which is the input device, and you can uh, run your command. You can interact with your kernel. So we have multiple cells which comes with the Linux distribution. Mostly you have will be seen the this bash, which is a born again cell, and I have mentioned also it is very common. You will definitely find sh, GSH, KSH, CSH as well, but bash will be very common, right? And how you can access your terminal if you are GI, you can go to the activities menu and there you will can see the terminal in your norm desktop and you can launch, right? If you are dealing with that multiple terminal, then you can just hit Control Alt T. That we will not gonna discuss because it is a GUI based, right? So our focus will be on this across journey will be on the CLI mode only, right? So what is cell? Cell is the utility that process your request, right? When you type a command at your terminal from the keyboard, the cell interprets the command and execute it. Like it will gonna understand, okay, what exactly the user trying to do, right? And that's what it will gonna do and it will run your do. What is kernel? Obviously, kernel is the heart of the Linux OS which do everything for us. It manages resource of Linux mean facilitate available in Linux. For example, facility to store data, print data on printer, memory file management, running command, and interacting with the CPU, hardware, everything is done by the kernel. Kernel will gonna decide who will use this resource and how long and when, right? So that's what the power of the kernel, where you can see the IO management, process management, device management, file management, memory management. So all these stuffs will be done by your kernel. Then we have the shell prompt, right? Generally, you have seen that, okay, this is the prompt we have. Let me log into a box and then we're gonna see. So which machine is running? I think this is the machine running. So okay, so this is our box, right? Don't worry if you see that how this banner looks and what is this the server kind of telemetry it is showing. So this is package which I kind of bash script which I ran and I installed it as a RPM on my server. So whenever I am logging to the box, so this is just showing me. So that we will discuss how you can create your RPM, how you can create like how you can sign your RPM with the GPG key and you can make it available across your system for your ease, right? So, but as of today, we are just going to discuss the shell. So this is, you can see, this is the shell prompt. So how you can understand. So this first part says who has logged into your box. It is Ansible user. The name of the user is logged in, right? Then you have this at the rate. So at the rate is just to give you a kind of G like, okay, this user logged in at rel9, right? So it is a kind of separator and rel9 is your box. And this tilde sign will show you, okay, you are sitting in your home directory as of today, right? You can see it is home Ansible user. And this dollar prompt, right? So dollar prompt is your for normal user. And when you become a root user, you can see everything is same. The user is switched to root and we have rel9 and tilde is for user home directory, which is a root. And now you can see earlier it was dollar and now it is hash, right? So this is something that you can do. Remote access, yeah, that's what we have just done because this VM is running in the Oracle virtual box, and now I just get the like took the SSH remote desktop to this machine, right? Apart from that, we have multiple commands we can run, right? And there are options, right? Sometimes we have the command, like let's say I'm just running the ls command, right? So ls is just to list the command, right? But if I want to list in long format, right? So here you can see that it is getting that additional option. Sometimes these options also further required some additional arguments, right? So this is the basically format: command and then options and then argument. Command to run, option to adjust the behavior of the command. You can see that I have changed the behavior. Earlier it was showing now, and now I have changed the behavior and it is getting a long listed, right? An argument which are typically target for that command. Let's say I just want to see this local repo. Now you can see this is executing against only this, right? So that's what that you can change the behavior of this. So this is your command, this is your options, and this is your argument. It is bind hyphen p, right? So bind hyphen p is kind of sometimes there are sort of few shortcuts which is already binded with your mm, shell, right? So let's say if I just show you beginning of the line can be found with this, right? So this means that control C plus A, right? Let's say you are typing something, systemctl status firewall D, right? And let's say I have a typo here, right? And I have already. So what you can do, you can come with this left arrow, or what you can do, you can just hit Control A, and you can see now I am in the beginning of my command, right? Similarly, if you are at beginning and you want to go end, so Control E. So these are some kind of keyboard shortcuts which is already binded, right? So here you can see that history and alias expand is not bound to any key. If it is bound, then you can see that it is already found here, bound at this point. You can see end of line can be found on Control E, right? So that's what this bind hyphen P will help you all these stuff. Then we have that few essential command like pwd, as I mentioned, that current print working directory, it will gonna give where exactly you are. ls is something listing with the long lasting, and a is for the additional like the hidden file. Then you can go with that cd is just to change directory, mkdir is just to make directory. If you don't have the parent directory, then you can put the hyphen p flag, and it will create the parent directory first, and then it will create the rest of all. Touch is just to create an empty file, and it will gonna update your timestamp. rm-rf, you remove files and directory recursively and forcibly. It will not give you anything, right? It will go and directly, it will not prompt whether you want to delete or not. No, it will not gonna ask. If you want, just remove this f. cpr is just to copy the files and directory. Again, this r is the recursive order. mv is just to move or rename file or folder. cat is just to kind of print that particular file. Let's say if I have this grep example, so you can see that what cat does is cat is just gonna display the content of that particular file on your screen, right? No worries, these are just basic command. In coming 2 or 3 class we will get kind of friendly all these command, because these are the mostly common used command which every day every second you're gonna use it. Apart from that, we have these some system admin command you can see. Let's say you have that this DNF yum. So these are the package manager which will gonna install or maybe update your software on a particular system. Right? Then you have the system CTL, right? System control, which gonna control your unit file for system D, like your services, your timer file, your socket, right? Journal CTL again is a different binary where you can run your logs, you can check your logs with a journal CTL. NMCLI again is a network manager CLI. Hostname CTL just to show your host name, right? So all these command, the moment we go further, we will gonna run and check all this. So you can see that hostname CTL will give you a few more detailed information, like this is the RHEL 9 computer, it is a VM, this is the machine ID, this is the boot ID as of now, like it is happening worrying, it is working on this. What is the operating system? It is 9.8, and this is the OS name, kernel, architecture, and other stuff also there. LSBLK is just a kind of will show you okay how many disk you have on your stuff, right? LSCPU will give you the your detailed information about your CPU architecture, what other additional flags you have, right? because this is the flags, right, which is helping you your operating system or maybe your hardware what it can support. It is a kind of additional benefit or additional features which comes with your hardware, right? So if you want to see, maybe I will create another video where we will gonna discuss few of them and how you can find, okay, if there is any hardware dependency, why it is failing, how you can find, okay, whether my current CPU is able to run that new software or not. So all these things we will can see and run this here. There are few additional line navigation editing, like we have discussed Control A, Control E, right? Control D to erase the preceding word, and maybe paste erased text, right? You can set your alias, you can set your history, right? You can call this, let's say if I want to run the previous command, right? So you can see, let's say now. So instead of typing lsblk, what you can do, you can just give this two exclamator sign. And what it will do, it will like do this your command, the previous command, right? Let's say I want to run this command cat. So you can see what it has done is it will gonna look upwards, and whatever the last command it will find starting with CA, that command will be executed. Right? So this is some kind of shortcut which helps you to work very efficiently. Then these are the manuals, like if you just want to see, okay, what cat does, so you can say man cat. So man is just a manual, and then you can just hit all these, what all options it is saying, what you can do with this, right? So all this is stuff, right? Show all number, if you want to uh, ending of the file number you want to put, right? So these all stuff is just to show you this one. Now we have mostly use only five manual pages. One is your executable or shell command. Fifth is your file format or maybe a convention like the configuration file. And the eighth one is your system administrator root command. Right? If you don't want to know, okay, which will gonna help you, so what you can say, let's say, so what it will do is it will find, okay, this passwd keyword is available in these manual pages, and these manual pages are here. You can see that these priority, these numbers, the types of men, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so mostly, right? And you have this apropos key. Let's say this will also help you to find the some other stuff. That's the same thing basically, right? But we generally deal with the man only. Info does the same thing, right? Info will just give you the same thing. Let's say info pass w. So what it is doing? It is opening your man only, right? So you can use this any of these, but mostly we use man command only. Then we have the input and output redirection. So whatever we are typing, right? So these are the input, right? What I am giving you. Let's say I'm just saying echo, hello there, welcome to Path for Cloud. So what I'm doing, I am just saying, uh, why it's printing like this? Hello there. Ah, okay. This is, yeah, see, this is a very classic example. I'll tell you what is happening here. But see, this is a something called uh, what do you say that? Input from the keyboard, and this is the output, right? So that's what it is saying. Standard input denotes this, and standard output and standard error, right? So we will mostly use when we are dealing with some kind of automation or the bash scripting that you do. But what exactly is happening here is you can see that echo hello there, right? Post that what it is doing is it is just picking this one, And what is that last is info pass WD. And then it is this and welcome to path for cloud, right? But again, it is printing hello there, info pass WD, and this is happening there. So that's why it is printing this way, right? It was just copied with mouse only. That's why. But it is happening there, right? So you can see that hello, and the last command you can see that this was ran by mistake. So that is why it is printing. But how you can like kind of mm, ignore it, right? So what you can do is, let's say I want to print these exclamation mark again and again. So what I can do, I can just give my uh, escape character, right? So what I have done is I have created a one lab for you for this CLI. If you go to this lab folder and here you can see that one lab is there. It is there. So you can see that if you want to run multiple commands in one line, then you can say ls and you can just segregate those command with a semicolon and it will give you the same command. Let's say this one. Here you can see it is first doing the ls, then it is printing the pwd, then it is giving the date, and then it is giving me the uptime. So uptime is just to check like how so long your system is running, how many users are logged in, and what is the load average on your server, right? Let's say here pwd is a typo, right? So what it will do is it will result this error and run the next command. It will not gonna stop you, right? You can see, right? ls and say okay, this command is not valid, and then date and the same uptime, right? So that's what the thing is. So you need to understand this difference between multi-colon, and I will give you this logical operators as well, right? Like if you are running this, right? So what it will, since both command find, both will be so and will be is if it is a conditional command and second command will be executed only when first command will be executed successfully. Let's say both command run, right? But if I intentionally make some mistake, then you can see that it never ran the date. Why? Because we are putting this conditional format, right? But if I'm gonna this way, so what it is doing? Because first command ran successfully, so obviously the second command will gonna execute. Though it is wrong, but still it executed, right? Similarly, the logical OR operator, what it will do, it if a command you do, right, then the only second command will be executed. Let's say pwd and I will say date. So what it is doing? First is already ran, right? It will never gonna run this. But if there is a typo in this, then what it will do? It will print the both. The first is typo, right? Then it will go and print the second one. That's what it is saying, right? So the date will not be executed. If is a typo not a real, then date will be executed. Another helpful shortcut for your bash shell, right? These symbol to replace any character in the last. Let's say you already ran this, right? But I want to replace this pwd with the pwd. So what it will do is now it will correct. Generally, like how I am using this, let's say you are using this firewall D, right? Now instead of doing this, going this start and then you are running it, what I will do is I will just do this. So what it will do, it will run the previous command systemctl, but wherever it find this start, right, it will replace with the new string status firewall D. Okay, so that's what the thing is. We can use this to repeat the command that we already seen, bang bang, and it will gonna repeat the last executed command. This number, let's say you have this history and you want to print this 1015 or maybe 1013, right? So you can just say 1 exclamatory sign and 1013. So what it will automatically pick that command and it will gonna execute it, right? Let's say you have this file etc resolve.conf. This is a sky text file. Let me go and bin id. So here you can see that it is a kind of executable file, but it is more or less a kind of which already compiled file, right? That's why it is saying if you have any script here, so it will gonna give you, okay, these are the script, and I let's say this file and this bash completion. So here also you can see that it is RPM based version file, right? So file is just to get the type of your file, the property, right? Then we have this head command. So head will be kind of giving you the first 10 line by default. You can specify, let's say I just want to print the first 5 lines. So you can just print first 5 line. Similarly, we have this tail command. Tail is which will gonna print the last 10 line by default. With this also you can specify, let's say I just want to see last 2 line, right? So one is empty and the other one is this one. Then we have this WC command, which will give you a kind of like how many you have that number of lines in this. So you can see it has 39. Let's say you want to print the word. So what you can do, you can give W. It has 165 word. And if you want to see the character, right? So you can see that it has 1142 characters are there. Right, so these are few more stuff you can play with. Yeah, this we already discussed. So these are just the screenshot, and these are the date formats, right? So this will give you a 24 hours and minutes, same as this one. This will give you a full time like this one. So date also have a multiple formats. So why you should know date, right? Because when you gonna run your bash shell script, right, and you just want to log the stuff, or you want to create some backup or something, right? So there are scenario where you want to put a different format of your timestamp, right? So that is why we need to understand. But these are the very common which I have put here. Like if you want to get this, right? So you can just simply run. It will give you, okay, what is the day today, like that. Then you can have this file command, okay, that we have already done. Tab completion, obviously, let's say I just want to system. So what I will doing, I am hitting double tab. All these are the binaries, right? So what it is doing, whatever the command or the binaries is starting with system, right? It is giving me the same thing. Let's say I have this L, right? So cat L. You can see that I hit double tab. Whatever the file is starting with L, it will just give me the same thing, right? Globbing is also one more thing. Let's say you have multiple var log messages, let's say, right? So what you can put, so whatever the file you can see you have this, right? So what it will do, it will give you the all files ending starting with message and at the end whatever it will be. That's how it is working. There is one more thing. Let's say if you have this ls, right, and you want to do the same step. So what you can do, you can say escape dot. So what it will do, it will automatically pick the last argument you passed to the previous command and it will do the same thing. So what is the command? ls escape dot. You can see, right? Okay, so these are few globing exercise you can follow this lab, right? Apart from that, there are scenario with these redirection where you can create your file. Most commonly it is we are calling the hair doc. So hair doc is nothing like you are creating this file. So what you are doing is you are saying, okay, whatever I am gonna give the input, right, starting from here, that will be feeded to this file. Once you done, whatever the character you are putting, it is not EUF, you can put anything. Then you can just, let's say, I am saying cat new text, okay, and I am saying here I am saying path, right? Now, hello, I am from path for cloud to teach you RHCSA from beginning to advance, right? And now I will just give the same and hit enter. You can see it is automatically out, but even if you cat that, you can see that whatever that content you typed, it is already feeded. So this is a hierarchy where you can, right? So, but it is a kind of best practice. Mostly you will find this EUF, but it is not a mandatory keyword. You can put anything here. Then one more way, like you can directly cat this, let's say cat and new, let's say new one. I'm saying hello, welcome to RHCSA class. Thanks for join me. Once you're done, just hit Control D and you have your data feed it to this, right? So that's what that you can give. These are some kind of brace expansion where you can see like if you want to create multiple directory like this, right? So let's say if I just gonna create our HCSA and I'll go here and let's say I am saying, so what it is doing is it is creating a, you can see, let me take level 2. It is creating a project directory inside this RHCSA, and within that project then it will gonna create these all directories bin docs lib, and you can see that, right? So if you will not use this expansion, what you need to do, you need to run these command multiple times. Similarly, we have this for touch file as well. Let's say touch file, and I want to make it, let's say this way, .txt. So what it will do, you can see it has created a file 1.txt, file 2, file 3.txt, 4.txt till up to file 10.txt. Right? There is another way. Let's say you have this touch ping.sh and you want to take the backup of this, right? So what you can do, just say cp ping.sh and here you can pass similar to this .bkp. So what it will do, it will create your ping.sh which we already created, but it is copied that file to the same file name .bkp. So that is also one of the way, and it works with the this one also. Let's say whatever is here for this one ending with txt or bkp, delete those, right? Here you can see because we are not using additional flag, so it will gonna ask me. You can see file 4 is skipped, that is why it didn't delete, right? Then we have the manual pages. We have already seen in this what you can do, and these are the input redirection we have already seen. That is also. Apart from that, yeah, we have some kind of find command, but I'm not gonna use that today. But yeah, whatever the find output also you can redirect to this, and it will not output, right? It will just give the standard out, not the error. We have the T command as well, like it will print this output of your command and it will feed all that output to this particular file as well. Similarly here as well, right? So that's it regarding this CLI, like how CLI looks and everything, how you can do. So hope you enjoyed this and you will gonna I hope you will gonna follow this lab for this CLI, how it works and exactly with this, right? So in next class, what we will do is we'll gonna discuss our next topic, which is a not file inode. It is something called file system, like how exactly file structure looks in our this. All right, so that's it for the day. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, so I request to do so, so that you will not miss any of these new update and everything, because we have lot of things work. It's already in pipeline, which is coming for this RHCSA Linux. And it is not just the beginning or the high level. It is at very deep level. I am gonna explaining like how exactly the thing works behind the scene. All right, my friend. So I will meet you in the next video. Thanks for your time and please join me in the next video.